Greetings, Skyfarers, and welcome to another episode of Sunless Skies. I'm Cobalt Thorium, and in this episode, we're gonna be impeded by a storm, apparently. So that's lovely. Anyway, in this episode, we're gonna head on up to New Winchester. We're gonna head on up to New Winchester via Polmere and Plenty's Circus, which I'll use to try and get rid of some of this terror, I suppose. And we have some forestry bees here. Not so good. Oh, we don't want to jettison anything. Crap. Yep, we got full hold. Do I actually want to go to Polmere and Plenty's then? What would that give us? We could reduce our terror. We could collect bronzewood, but we don't have enough space in our hold for much. Let's just go straight back to New Winchester. So, I'm going to go to New Winchester. We're going to deal with some of these wool issues that we've got, like a giant hold with no space left in it. Then we're going to head on over to the Albion Relay via Port Prosper. We have to drop off some propaganda at Port Prosper. There might be some other stuff we can do there. Turn some tackety nameplates, for example. But our terror is pretty high. I'm wondering if maybe we should go to Port Prosper via Magdalene's. I don't like how much time we've been spending there lately, but it seems like massive amounts of terror is something that just happens at the mid to late stage of this game. I don't know if we're actually late stage. Probably not late stage. Late stage is probably when you're spending a lot of your time in the Blue Kingdom. Let's see if there's anything going on here. Yeah, Applewood cinders, we'll do that. Alright, that's pretty straightforward. Is there anything else we can do here? I think we have a lot of chorister nectar. This might be worth doing both of these. Alright. So that's the Bazaar. Victoria Market. Bank. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Oops, we want 3. So I think we're probably going to end up going to Magdalene's. Although our terror is only 16. No, I'm going to take this with us too. We're going to be spending some time at least on in Albion. And that's where these rifts seem to be, mostly. These rips in time and space. Okay, really nothing else to do here. Wish I could afford something like this. Look at how shiny and gold and brassy it is. Oh, Port Prosper needs... What's this? Atlas. Okay, we can do the Port Prosper one too. That's pretty straightforward. Bank. So they want souls. How many? 3. Sweet. Alright, let's go. We need fuel. Tar markets. I don't think there's anything else to do here. Yeah, I guess that's it. Let's go. We'll head to Magdalene's, drop off the Chorister Nectar, make a little bit of cash. Get rid of whatever terror we've accrued. Head on up to Port Prosper. There's a ton of stuff we can do there. I still can't believe that Corellan quest is not doable because we don't have a particular type of penance that doesn't seem to be offered. It's very frustrating. Play it too risky. Alright, gossips. I shouldn't have done that. Like, we took a ton of damage and it really wasn't necessary. Those guys are so easy to beat. Maybe we'll run to another Marauder and we can steal some of his haul. Play it a little closer to the chest next time. There we go. Come on, haul. Yeah. What are we up to? Oh, 50. Nice fix. The fix is in, if you will. I can't believe we're back at Magdalene's again. It's like every other place that we go to is Magdalene's. Just because the terror has been so bad lately. It's all because of those stupid devils at Corellan. They're so annoying. Let's do it. Bazaar. We're gonna sell. Magdalene's House of Small Comfort requires three gourds of chorister nectar. Only respectable business persons need apply. Magdalene's lies to the west. Blah, blah, blah. The attendant takes the gourds from you. Thank you. Many here need to speak in voices that are not her own, and the chorister nectar works wonders upon the vocal cords. He smiles warmly. Why don't you stay a while? Enjoy the facilities. You're briefly without terror. Nice, you guys fixed our terror for free. Wonderful. Oh, we're so close to leveling up. Was there anything else we had to do here? I feel like there was something else we had to do here. No, I think it was just terror and delivering this garbage. What do we have to buy? We need a little bit of supplies. Let's go. Okay. Oh, where did all that money come from? Small comfort. We'll go to the keepsake market, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, let's go to the keepsake market. Unlicensed chart, yeah. Recruit. It's only 350. It's an unlicensed chart. I mean, pretty good. Let's do it. Sold! The nurses hand over your new purchase, warning you not to talk too much about where you acquired it. They add that there will likely be more offers like this very soon. I think that's it. Let's go. And now the question is, do we take the direct route? No, we don't, because we don't want the extra terror. We're going to take the slightly more circuitous route and not go anywhere near the terror. We'll get more terror naturally. But we won't have to go buy the horror that will seriously spike our terror, not to mention all of the cantankerite and guests that sort of lurk in that area. You can hear cantankerite, one of the fungally infected cantankerite. I was just thinking maybe we could stop by the monument to the unknown rat, which will lower our terror, but our terror is pretty low. And I think that when we get to Port Prosper, just by, you know, sort of schmoozing with the stovepipes and going to some plays and musicals or whatever they do, we'll probably end up with all the terror reduction that we need. Lipkin's Field. Okay. I need a warp drive. It's interesting how often you see monitors these days. You don't really see as many of the dreadnoughts anymore. At least not out here. In the Reach. Port Prosper it is. Hello. Ooh. Port Prosper's wealthy West End is home to the Reach's largest auction house, Mallow and Marblecroft. I think we want this. A captain expired on his return from the Genicus hives. The cause of death was a delayed reaction to multiple bee stings. He died without issue. His crew have arranged for the hordes of chorister nectar that they brought back to be auctioned off to fund them till they find a new engine. We're gonna bid extravagantly. Oh, hey, we actually succeeded. Victory by attrition. A connoisseur of chorister nectar presents a challenge, but he loses nerve when the auctioneer mentions a possible flaw in the nectar. The pedophile is difficult to shake off. She matches you bid for bid. Perhaps the auctioneer finds her fervor for the nectar a bit off-putting, for he conspicuously fails to notice her final bid. You leave the auction house weighed down with nectar. You now have 7 times the gourds of chorister nectar, and you've lost 600 sovereigns. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, Mark. 6-4 Port Prosper will write a port report. Yeah. We will, we'll deliver the pamphlets about the dangers of Apollonian senders. People deserve to know the truth. Your presence on the street corner, handing out pamphlets and haranguing passersby is ignored until, that is, an old man in a tailored waistcoat totters to your side. They speak the truth, he cries. My daughter was a scout in the reserve. She could not stop singing. They've had to lock her up. They refuse to research the cure or help in any way. By the end of the hour, you've distributed all of your pamphlets to the curious public. The old man presses a purse into your hand by way of thanks. The Researcher's Crusade, you've delivered propaganda to the researcher as requested. Return to him for more. Gained 150 experience. Yeah, it's so close. And 150 sovereigns. Go to the bazaar. Get rid of these souls. We've read this before. We only got 50 extra sovereigns. Lame. Alright, whatever. We can replace those apparently with on-season hours. Might as well. Hours mined from the sky. Captain of a battered mining locomotive is selling unrefined hours quarried from drifting sky rocks. Each is a walnut-sized geode within which an hour glows like salt crystals. The captain dabs discreetly at his eye with a handkerchief. Being close to this much time makes one melancholy. Fine. We'll grab a fuel. Go back to Queen's Cross. We'll explore. Oh, that's right. We're supposed to do this. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, we can sneak into the Windward Company with the Rat Brigade. It is occasionally open for the edification of the paying public. Slipping away from a tour of the factory will be easier than breaking in. Or we could use our Windward connections to get into the company with the Rat Brigade. Your friends in high places. No one will question you entering the factory, for now. Okay, so I think that this will risk the displeasure of the parsimonious chairman. We do not want to risk his displeasure. I like him very much. He's going to be the best man at my wedding. He's going to be the godfather of my children. We're not going to piss him off. We're just going to pay the money. It's like 300 sovereigns. Come on. On tour. The hour of the factory visit arrives. Your sleeves quiver with excited rats. But in the jostle of busybodies, stakeholders, and hangers-on, nobody notices. The wrought iron gates, with their cheery motif of butterflies, swings open. A sharp-smiled company forewoman is on hand to lead the tour. Inside is an orderly purgatory of wheels. I've never heard of a purgatory of anything. Spindles and great creaking looms, steam, smoke, and crystalline gleams of cracking hours. The crystalline gleam of cracking hours makes visibility poor. Your sleeves squeak impatiently. Learning about the Rat Brigade, you are inside the Windward factory. Now to find the lieutenant. The guards are watching the workers. There are guards watching the machinery. Valuable if dismantled, disastrous if sabotaged. There are guards watching the upper doors into the private offices of the company board. Still, they can't watch everywhere. After only a few minutes, you've identified the door to the lieutenant's office. The little rat hole cut into the bottom of the door gives it away. You can sneak into the lieutenant's office. Albert nuzzles your hand encouragingly. You have a band of trained sabotage rats. Use them. 55, oof. Or you can force your way in. You won't be long. Time enough for a quick chat, a spot of tea, possibly a murder. You can leave. Assure the disgruntled contents of your sleeve so you can return later. I don't like the fact that this is so overt. But it's a higher success chance. Do I do it? 91%. I don't want to piss off the Windward Company. But this is like such an overt thing. They're gonna notice, aren't they? It's gonna be a long time before this is anywhere near acceptable range. Oh god. I think we're gonna do it. Oh. They're still going to be pissed off, though, aren't they? The best offense. Wilma has been devising a strategy for this exact scenario for months, among others. I have difficulty sleeping. Sapping and sabotage are the order of the day. Albrecht finds being caught in a mousetrap. Guards and foremen are drawn to attend his pitiable death sobs. Petronella gets to work on an assembly line and a rotating saw. The air is quickly full of ricocheting nails. This provides cover for Cinders to rush. This is way too complicated. This provides cover for Cinders to rush the door. Guns ablaze. She blows the locks clean off. Vivian scurries to attend to the punctured guards and workers. Her care involves significant amounts of laudanum. Okay. You are unlikely to be disturbed for a while. This is hilarious. Well, I mean, obviously they were going for like a heist scenario. Like very Ocean's 11, but with rats. But they're going... they're definitely going for this like unlikely series of events, which I think is perfect. Hilarious. Very well written. I loved it. For those of you who don't know, laudanum is an opiate that is drunk. It's sort of like an opiate liquor, and they used to drink it a lot in like, the early 1900s, late 1800s, and yeah, so it's got an effect kind of similar to heroin or opium, actually, probably closer still. But, alright. In the luxurious office in front of you, the parsimonious chairman and small elderly rat... In the luxurious office in front of you, the parsimonious chairman and a small elderly rat on a pincushion blink in surprise. You found the lieutenant. The elderly rat blinks several times. Sanders, I was wondering when this day would come. His voice quavers like an unfortunate flute solo in a school concert. My dear chairman, I advise that you do not move or even blink for the duration of this interview, or I suspect someone might be doing something unpleasant. The lieutenant turns his attention back to you. But before you do anything, I have one thing to say. You listen to the lieutenant. Cinder's derringer is aimed squarely at the elderly rat's face. The parsimonious chairman moves to add a lump of sugar to his tea. Thinks better of it. Oh, the parsimonious chairman is going to be mad. I don't like this. A last-minute confession. The lieutenant cowers before her. It wasn't me. He squeaks. I hope he says it was the one-armed man, but... Cinders blinks. You what? The words pour forth from him. I knew Sarge was up to something. Covert meetings. Solitary reconnaissance. He made a deal with the company. There's a miscommunication. They fired too soon. Afterwards, they assumed I'd been in on it. They offered me everything that they offered to him. Yes, I took it. And I took your blame, too. Never told, did I? Let you keep your memory of dear old Sarge? Okay. Cinders shakes her head, cocks her gun. No. Not having it. What proof do you have? The lieutenant spreads his paws on the table. I suspect the only proof is in the vault. I'll give you my number, regardless. I would ask that you spare me until you enter it, at least. In her paws, Cinder's gun wobbles. You can convince Cinders to spare the lieutenant. Maybe he shouldn't be shot dead. Or let Cinders have her revenge. He has lived in the lap of luxury all these years. Alright. My take, living in the lap of luxury is not a death-worthy crime. It is not a crime at all. And I want to know whether or not he's telling the truth. I think that we should spare the lieutenant, find out if he's telling the truth, and then go from there. Grim acceptance. Cinder's claw curls around the trigger. Her whiskers tremble. Lieutenant pours himself the last cup of tea. 5 sugars. That's a lot of sugar. Bang! Several rats jump. The parsimonious chairman swears. Cinders has fired into the desk. Get his number, she says between clenched teeth, before scurrying out of the office. Lieutenant takes the last sip. Let me come with you. The company won't let me stay after this fuss. I'll give you the number once I'm on board. He leads you straight out of the factory, dismissing questions from the colleagues with inventive lies. Learning about the Rat Brigade. Talk to the brigade on your engine. The lieutenant is aboard. You've gained 2,000 experience. And a level up. Blah, 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 blah. Performance at gaudy window. We'll take our box seat. Oh, that's a lot of saloon stewed gossip. That's good stuff. Many rumors to trade. Alright, so I believe we've explored the extent of Port Prosper, all the things that have changed. We can offer transport some settlers. Yeah, we can give up a sky story. We got tons of them. I mean, we're going to be going into Albion, but still. Traders Wood. All right. Well, we'll get them at a later date. Parsimony Chairman's office. We want a unlicensed chart. How many do we have? 16. Very nice. He ushers you into a private study. We've read this before. I don't need to read it again. Oh yes, we are beloved. And we'll need 10 more to do it again, or 4 more, specifically. Bleak Industrial Estate, we haven't done anything with that. We visit the Windward Company. Join the celebrations. Get rid of a little terror. We are so beloved. I believe that's it. Okay. Well, before we move on, now let's consult with our rats. Didn't she have something to do in Port Prosper as well? What's going on with her? Actually, let's check that out. What's going on with you? Inconvenient. Oh, Panelitharia. Okay, never mind. That means that we really need to get the Eleutheria relay back up. Actually, are we even going in the right direction? Should we be going to Eleutheria? There can't be that much to do in Albion. Well, whatever. Now we could finish this up. Okay, so what should we do? Yeah, let's talk to the rats. Hey, rats. Speak to the Rat Brigade. Resolution. The whole brigade are gathered around Cinder's nest of spent bottles and journals. All eyes are on her. She pads over to the lieutenant. His mustaches droop. But he meets her gaze. Here's the thing. I don't like you. I don't trust you. Cinder stands nose to nose with him. But you were given a number, and you shared it with us. We'll see this through to the end. All of us. Just don't try anything. The lieutenant nods. Of course, Cinders. Cinders turns away. Wilma watches with an appraising gaze. The Rat Brigade is ready to head to London. Alright, so this is another reason to go to London, so this is great. Perhaps not. Let us move on, then. Oh, actually, let's level up. Take a facet. So we need establishment. Nothing's going to give us establishment. Okay. Now. Man, our hearts are freaking low. So it's going to be hearts. I guess it'll be hearts and veils. We have 2 possibilities. And this will give us a tale of terror. Or a vision of heaven. Actually, it'll give us one of both, won't it? Well, I mean, that's slightly better. So we'll do a narrow escape. Your engine was nearly destroyed, but you lived to fight another day. You unlocked this when you survived, your locomotive being reduced to less than 10 hull. Okay. You have walked through the valley of the shadow of death. How has it changed you? You've learned to be cautious. Death waits in the sky, kept at bay only by a few inches of plating, the fires in your engine. Or it has emboldened you, Carpe diem. It is death's shadow that gives life its luster. I like that, but I don't think that's the one we're going for. Yeah, level 17. Oh man. I guess some changes in our staffing has really affected our hearts. So I've been thinking a little bit about what we can do about Krillin. So Krillin is a bit of a mystery. If we get enough penances, see, the problem is that when you improve the quality of your soul, it doesn't say which penance it's going to remove. It might try to take some of the penances that we really can't do without, that we still need to get back. Which would be obviously terrible. I wonder if we can travel under that arm. It's implied to be on a different layer. Hi, monitor. Don't hurt me. Alright, I think we're going to travel straight to London. Then we'll probably wrap up the episode. While we're in Albion here, I might actually try to explore all of it. There's only a little bit left. This is definitely our second most explored area. Here, the city of London gives way to its industrial hinterland. Copper bottom kitchen. Grab this. No, we don't. Actually, we don't even need it. A medical emergency! The settler from Port Prosper staggers into the bridge, clutching his throat. He appears to be in distress. Indeed, hair sprouts like invasive weed from every follicle in his body, forcing its way out. Return his remains to Port Prosper. There's no point in taking him to his destination. His family will want the body returned, probably. We can keep the body for study. The settler's exceedingly singular misfortune may yet prove a great boon to the fledgling science of interstellar pathology, or it could throw him off the locomotive. His fate was unsettling and decidedly untidy. Alright, returning his remains to Port Prosper probably would give us money. Study might give us an uncanny specimen, or maybe a condemned experiment. That sounds pretty good to me, but I bet that both of these will give us terror as well. And this one will probably reduce terror. I want weird items. Yes, we got a condemned experiment. Haha. Oh, we got experiment. Oh, we didn't get any terror out of it. You ignore the looks your crew give you as you order the corpse taken to cold storage. Those with a hardy stomachs can assist with a thorough examination later. But for now, mop and broom. Nice. It worked out rather well. I'm trying to decide whether or not to exploit this graveyard, because I think that they go away if you don't use them. Like they get garbage cleaned or garbage collected. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. But we're going to get a big terror reduction anyway just by going to London. Dominic Station. I've said that line so many times, I'm not going to say it again. Seems to say it every time that we come into the station. It's a broken record. Alright, we'll do our London-y stuff here, and then I think we'll wrap up the episode. Bronzewood for Parliament. I think we need our Bronzewood for now. Where is... Okay, so that's the most serene mausoleum. We could actually do that. 3 sets of nostalgia crockery? We have plenty of nostalgia crockery. Somber ceramics. Crockery with a macabre counselor. The macabre counselor's afternoon teas at the most serene mausoleum are notorious for their sepulchral decor and clinical dissection of political events. She insists on appropriately somber tableware to accompany them. And if a single saucer is chipped, she replaces the entire set. Her staff require 3 sets of nostalgia crockery in case of future breakages. Mausoleum lies to the east-northeast of London. Fine. Let's get rid of that. Let's take a peek at, I think there's probably a lot of stuff that needs to happen in here in London. Researcher's Crusade. Well, this is the most important thing. Necklace, Smuggler's Tale. That's London. Wait, what is this? Piranesi? We don't really know where the Well of the Wolf is, do we? That's London. That's London. Oh my god. Eleutheria. Atlas. 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 I think I did that one twice. Eagles Empyrean. Well of the Wolf. I'm still not sure what to do about the Chamberlain's absence. Eleutheria. Sky Barnet. Blue Kingdom. Dude, this one's obviously gonna be here. Yeah, lots to do. Oh my goodness. So much to do. We got these ones too. This won't be bad. Okay. Yeah, there's at least like 3 things to do in London. No, there's at least 2. But there might be as many as 3, 4, 8, 11 billion. Stop by the bank. Cross these gourds. And hours into the bank. Did that. We did that. Yeah. We might be high enough level to finally do some of this. To finally add some of these awesome pieces of equipment. But at the same time, it's like, hey, maybe I should be looking at well, that's pretty good. At the same time, we're never really lacking for storage space at this point. One thing that we might be lacking for is speed. I think what we probably want is a whole new engine. A much more powerful engine before we do anything else. So we should probably be saving up for that. Alright, yeah, like here we go. This. Actually, we can afford this. We'd have to give up a gun for a missile. It says worse fuel consumption. I think we actually want something with 2 of these. Two of these utility slots. Or 3, rather. I think we'd like more of them than fewer. Even so, this is quite an upgrade. What's our money like? I wish it had money on here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Tiny loss of fuel consumption. And we'll have to sell our Caminus Yards black jade. We really don't use it. We don't really need it. I am tempted. When we hit 10,000, maybe we'll buy this. It wouldn't leave us with a ton of extra cash. Alright. So we did all of these things. I mean, the other thing is that there's some interesting ships and stuff. We should probably look at the best ship in every area. So, in Eleutheria, they have different ships than the Blue Kingdom, which is different ships than Albion, which is different ships than the Reach. And we should probably take a look at all of them, and I should probably write down their exact stats, so that I can make an informed decision about which one is really the best. Alright, St. Dominic's Station. Let's do it. We don't really need to hire a new crew. We don't really need to go to the Silken Salon. Maybe I should take a peek at it and just see what's going on. Ooh. Oh no, that's a donation. No, we're not going to give up any of these things. Perhaps not. We could explore London. Okay. Oh. Wait, we don't want him to do that. What else can he do? Okay. Okay. We still need a better chance of success to do this. Let's open the Sarge's account for the Rat Brigade. The Rat Brigade are ready. Hellages is no match for their tiny squeaky resolve. The heart of commerce. Hellage's central office is a restrained Art Nouveau building, not far from the ministry. Its girders are curlicued. Its ornamentation offers a tasteful nod to the clockwork court. Its palette is faded gold, like the afterglow of a sunset. Inside, darkwood furnishings, bronzewood countertops, and comfortable chairs beside verdant potted plants. Anything to make the customer forget that they are dealing with anything so crass as money. You approach the nearest clerk, introduce the Rat Brigade, produce the relevant account number. The clerk's eyebrows rise. At Hellages, we measure ourselves by the quality of our clientele, she says, sounding thoroughly miserable. This way, please. The clerk leads you through an interminable series of hallways, through offices, studies, and libraries. At last, you arrive at a spiral staircase in wrought iron. You descend flight after flight, the brigade growing heavy on your shoulders. Eventually, you emerge into a chamber whose walls are set with many metal doors. The clerk unlocks one and steps aside. Enter Sarge's vault. The Rat Brigade is silent. Deposits. The rats follow you in. The clerk smiles. I'll be here if you need me, she says, no doubt ready to summon the guards if anyone puts a whisker out of place. The vault is hewn from the very foundations of London. Mineral deposits glisten in trails along the walls. Iron girders support the stone, closing the space within like a cage. Learning about the Rat Brigade, you have entered Sarge's vault. Further doors extend from the central vault. Each bears a brass plaque with the name of a member of the Rat Brigade. In the center of the vault, a piece of paper rests on a stone dais. The note reads in tiny handwriting, I'm sorry. You could open the door marked Petronella. Petronella is reluctant to open it alone. You could open the door marked Albrecht. I would appreciate the company, my lady. You could open the door marked Wilma. Wilma jumps onto your shoulder. Well, come on then. There's a merry gleam in her eye. We could open the door marked it's not Vivian, it's Vianne. It's such a strange name. I'm dying to get in there. I just want to know. Vivian's feet patter with excitement. Could you help with the door? You could open the door marked Angel. Sarge always had a soft spot for Angel, Vivian says. Note of wistfulness on her voice. You could open the door marked Humphrey. Lieutenant Size. Wait, the Lieutenant's Size? Lieutenant's dead. Unless Humphrey's the new lieutenant. Did I miss that? Do I even want to know? Oh my god, there's a lot of rats. You'd open the door marked Christabel, our long-range gunner. She died on a blockade, says Cinders. Yes, I guess Sarge thought she'd make it. You could open the door. Open the door marked Sebastian, our quartermaster. Alberic's mate. Didn't make it, Cinders says. Open the door marked Seamus, our navigator. Died getting us off the governor's engine, Cinders says. Open the door marked Cinders. Cinders looks at you. Go in if you want. I'm not giving the bastard the satisfaction, I assume? Alright. Assuming we can't go to all of them. Cinders is not her real name. Because the lieutenant had... Oh, unless the lieutenant's real name is... Because the lieutenant's with us, right? So maybe Humphrey's the lieutenant? Okay. Okay. I think the Sarge had a relationship with Cinders. But Cinders wasn't called Cinders at the time. I wonder if Cinders' real name is Seamus. Because the lieutenant started saying something with an S. And then corrected it to Cinders. But her name change to Cinders must have been post the death of Sarge, because otherwise he wouldn't have a door marked Cinders. So maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's just do it. Cinders. Cinders, come on. Field promotion. The door creaks open. True to her word, Cinders remains outside. Go on. Curiosity kills cats. Not me. Inside is a battered insignia. 2 tiny pearl-handled revolvers. And a note. The note reads, I'm really sorry. The reverse reads, take care of them. This has been scribbled out and replaced with, look after them. Awesome. This too has been crossed out. The final version reads simply, I'm sorry. Insignia is of sergeant rank. Cinders asks you to close the door behind you. You've learned more about the Rat Brigade. I like this. Take care of them implies maybe that he's trying to say shoot them. And then he's like, okay. Because, I mean, he just gave her 2 tiny pearl-handled revolvers, so. Oh, man, that's funny. Alright, so it looks like we can go through all of them. This one's most likely to be a trap or something. Let's try out, let's try out Vianne's. She's so excited. A holiday. There are only 2 things in the on the dust-covered table inside. A velvet purse containing a few sovereigns and a ticket to Palmer and Plenty's inconceivable circus. Vianne sighs. Transparent as ever. I suppose it's obvious where Angel would go. She shakes her head. Fine. If the dead are telling me to bury the hatchet, perhaps I should listen. I'm on a reform mission, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. She takes the ticket, leaving the servant behind. Let's do Albrecht. I like Albrecht. Old acquaintances forgot. Albrecht takes a deep breath and bristles his whiskers. All right, after you. The room is empty, but for a card on a wooden table. Albrecht scampers up the table leg and takes the card in his paws. His whiskers twitch as he reads. He squeaks excitedly before remembering himself and feigning a cough. Excuse me. An invitation to a certain house in Eleutheria, suitable for rats of my persuasion. An odd gift, but I have always wanted to visit. And now, one day I shall. Excuse me, I'd like a moment alone. I like how they phonetically spell the German accent. Alright, Petronella. Petronella's reluctant to open it alone. The toymaker's daughter. The door swings open silently. Good oil on the hinges, Petronella says, her voice betraying a slight tremor. Come on. I've been waiting for this inside is a set of miniature trains. A whole clockwork railway set commissioned from Icarus and Sons, the renowned toymakers. Petronella examines the set carefully, commenting on the intricacy of the gears, the detail on the antique engines. Then she leaves the room empty-handed, not keeping them. He doesn't get to clear his conscience with a bribe. I'm starting to feel really bad for the sergeant. A lot of these are very thoughtful gifts. And the only one who's actually taken it is Albrecht, right? And the guy's dead. Anyway. Let's try Wilma. Moving up. The door is heavy. It creaks as it opens. Wilma sighs. Of course he didn't bother for the maintenance of my room. Let's see what the old crook left. Oh, hello. Inside the room is a little table with a silver key and an address written on a neat card. The address is very fine indeed. Well, well. I may be moving up in the world. A house. Well, I suppose I may have course to entertain a few guests in the near future. Okay, well, maybe not all of the gifts are being rejected, but... yeah, let's go for Angel. I think she's the doctor, right? A doctor's appointment. Inside, gathering dust. On a small medicine cabinet is a card and a heavy bag of sovereigns. Vianne approaches cautiously, reads the card. This is the name of a very good trauma specialist at Magdalene's. Sovereigns more than cover the fee. She closes the purse and takes the card. I'll take them to him. I do have a duty of care, and this is long overdue. Actually, Vianne is the nurse, right? Because her thing was to patch up her problems with the bomber character. I'm starting to get these characters confused. Angel was the bomber character, and that was an indication that he should go to Magdalene's and patch it up with Vianne. That's what's happening. Okay, so Vianne's was a hint to go to Palmyra and Plenty's, and Angel, who's the bomber character, was an indication that he should go to Magdalene's so that they can patch each other's relationship up with each other. Okay, now it all makes sense. I'm going to do Humphrey's last because I'm afraid that's just going to be a bomb or something that's going to blow up in our faces. Let's do Christabel. A room of one's own. Inside is a collection of faded dolls and a bottle of wine. They are arranged in a circle, as if at a tea party. Christabel was always lonely, says Cinders, but she hated people. Oh, that's sad. Oh, this is very well written, and it's very sad. I do have to say. Okay, Sebastian. An occasion that never came. Inside is a golden ring. A set of expensive dishes, complete with several moldering recipe books. The ring has dulled. Cinders closes the door behind you. Best Albrecht doesn't come in. Oh, that's so sad. Oh my god, this is so sad. Oh my god. I'm tearing up a little. So this is for Seamus. A yearning unfulfilled. This room contains a permit. It allows one-way travel back through the Avid horizon. Cinders crumples the document up. Useless now, she says. I should have done that in female voice, of course. And now Humphrey. The bomb. Misguided favor. The room contains nothing but a casket. Haha. Inside is a moldering hamster corpse and a deed from Lovelace and Fedlock, pet procurers. The lieutenant reads the deed and snorts. Is this supposed to be my grandmother? Turns out I'm of a pedigree after all. Turns out I am a pedigree after all. He closes the casket firmly. Let's leave. Not that I can make any use of it. That is so sad. Oh, jeez. Well, Sarge was a really thoughtful guy, apparently. Lay down your burdens. Cinders calls the squad to order. She mounts the stone dais, kicking away Sarge's note. Oh. Now, some of you may think this was a pointless endeavor. Now, all we found was a broken rat's regrets. Yes, Sarge was not what we believed. He was right. He was a right rotten sod. But did he destroy us? No. We're down good rats, but the rest of us are still here, together, now. How many years later? And that's all down to us. There's a chorus of ragged squeaks from the Rat Brigade. Right you are, boss, the lieutenant shouts. Cinders grins fiercely. Sod Sarge. We did this. We got back together. Grab what you want, then get back on the engine. She looks up at you. Captain's command now. Learning of the Rat Brigade. You've helped the Rat Brigade achieve their goal. They're not the same because of it. The Ratty reunion will work on your locomotive. Okay, so they've changed probably too. I guess they didn't change, even though they have a new name. Let's check them out. The Ratty Reunion. Their affiliation is now establishment, not villainy. Oh no! Oh no! That means that we can do the. We can probably do the quest now if we wanted to. The one that's in Karelin. Crap! And it's +2 affiliation establishment too. Oh jeez. And we just left the Reach. Oh well, it gives us another reason to go back to the Reach someday. Alright, let's return to the Gloomy Middleman, talk about the stuff that we did in Titania. Moving up the ladder, the middleman grunts. And so things return to normal, he says. in the tones of a vicar at a funeral. Cause for giddy celebration, but you notice that he finishes his drink and even orders another. Your performance was expected. My employer would like to meet with you. The middleman gives you an address, the company offices, for the Wit and Vinegar Lumber Company. The Wit and Vinegar Lumber Company can be found on a separate platform elsewhere in London. You'll need to fly there. Wit and Vinegar, a smuggler's tale. Speak to the gloomy middleman's employer at the platform of the Wit and Vinegar Lumber Company in London. Alright, that finishes everything except for this, which we still don't really have good enough chance for me to risk it. Nothing special there. Man, this is going to be a long episode. Alright, we got to do the Steam and Sapphire yards. Let's do the Macquarie, whatever. Macquaries. See what happens. Nothing. Still nothing. We don't know the purpose of this place yet. This guy is a jerk. We're not going to go and do anything with him. Come on, tell me why. 50 at 50. We're going to have to go to repairs. But we can do the fatalistic signalman. Look up an old friend. The only address the signalman has for his old friend is Shed 4 at the yards. He will only reveal her first name, Charlotte. Unfortunately, Shed 4 is off limits, ringed with a wire fence and under guard of a pinched watchman and his barely tamed hounds. You trade an otherworldly artifact for access to the shed. The watchman is a hoarder of morbid curiosity about the indigenous occupants of the high wilderness. Well, if that's the only way we can get in... Oh, we have 12. That's not too bad. Into the pile. The watchman coos at your gift and adds it to the incomprehensible jumble of objects crowding his shelves. It goes between a roll of crackling parchment, which he claims originated in the library of scribe spinsters, and a rubbery skull. He waves you through, and the grumbling dogs watch petulantly as you sidle past. Shed 4 is a huge storehouse. Beams of solemn starlight slant from the grubby windows in the roof. The hunks of old locomotives rust here, from the battered tugs to the fat old liners once packed with emigrating Londoners. The signalman heads between the wrecks. Okay. The signalman stops before a stately old wreck with flanking navy blue paint. This is her. None worked harder on the Eisenbahn line than she did. You can look at the nameplate. The Charlotte Guest. Ah, look how they left her, he says gloomily. That's not right. You tidy up. You put things in order. You turn the lights off and close up before you go. She deserved better than this. Alright, so we can leave the shed for now. You have other business to attend to. You can return later. Hopefully it doesn't cost us an additional otherworldly artifact for every time that we want to come in here, because that would be very, very expensive very, very quickly. And possibly something that we can't really afford. But we could purchase the Charlotte Guest remains and give them to the New Street line. She'll never fly again, but her bones and her sinews will be put to good use. The New Street line has engines to maintain. We must be in favor with the New Street line. I have a feeling that we wouldn't like that. Those are probably the villains. We can arrange for her to be put on display in a museum. Her wood is riddled with worms. Even if you can restore her, you'll need someone with influence. who can recommend a more lauded resting place. This is going to cost us a cryptic benefactor. Alright, I mean, I think that's probably going to be what we do. The cryptic benefactors are hard to come by. I don't really want to give one up, but we do want to get to the end of our fatalistic signalman's story. And most likely, he'll give us something better in return. But this episode is getting really long, so I am going to wrap it up here, and we'll start the next episode out with restoring his Charlotte, right? Charlotte's Guest, that's the name of the ship. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you have, please like, maybe share, maybe comment, maybe subscribe. And new episodes every day at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, US and Canada. I am Cobalt Thorium. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll catch you I hope to catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.